Hi, tarot friends. This is Ultraviolet Morgan, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what it means to read tarot cards intuitively. So, I think a lot of people think that intuitively means that you look at a card. It's so funny because that's one I wanted to talk about. And you wait for some sort of message to like download into your brain or like to get some like a premonition or something like that. And that's not really what intuitively means. So, intuitively kind of can mean a few different things depending on who's using it. But there's a sort of a way to intuitively understand the cards in general, and then there's a way to intuitively read them in a reading. And even when you know the quote unquote card meanings, which are just various other occultists' interpretations that they have recorded, by the way, even when you know the quote unquote meanings, there's usually so many of them, you have to intuitively figure out which one, unless you always use one, which makes the Oracle of Tarot like extremely static and stiff, and I don't feel like it's supposed to be that way. But as an example, so for example, let's say you get the Chariot. We'll just start with that. Intuitively, you may say that the Chariot is about movement. I mean, you just think about what a chariot is. It's a vehicle, so it could be that it's a vehicle. It moves forward, and it's also used in war. We tend to think of it as like a victory, probably. Another way that you can do it is you can look at the details on the card, and you can use various decks for this. I have the Spiral Tarot has a lot of imagery that's pretty good for that. So, you turn over Justice, and intuitively you know what Justice is, and you know what it's about. And I do believe that when you read about what the card means, the card's meaning is obviously connected to justice, and it has certain things that people have said over time about it. But you can also incorporate your own knowledge and understanding of what justice is into your meaning of the card, because the cards are about the knowledge of the world. Just a minute, honey. So I hope this isn't going to turn to be just complete rambling. However, someone may ask a question about someone, and you flip this over, and you right away you notice these peacocks, and you get a feeling that this card is about someone who likes to show off. Maybe they like to show off. They make a big show of being very fair and balanced. But if you intuitively feel like they're very showy about being fair, but maybe it's not completely honest. However, if you get that maybe it's okay to maybe. It's okay to feel like maybe, or you're not sure exactly. It's okay to do that. And then usually you'll find, you'll turn another card, and it may confirm. Like, say if you said that, and then your next card was the Seven of Swords, and you just said, I feel like, their big show of being fair all the time isn't completely honest. And then you turn this card over, and that kind of confirms, that's confirmation, that no, they're not being honest about it. Now, this card can have many different meanings as well, but since that's one of the meanings, and since you were wondering about this one, when you turn this one over, it is a confirmation. So this card can be mainly a confirmation. It could be only a confirmation. It may or may not have its own separate message. And it could also be a confirmation, and then at the same time have there may be something else about this card that jumps into your mind that is unrelated to that meaning. The card can endure or can encompass both a confirmation of what you were thinking there and a further information. So basically, reading intuitively is sort of trusting your instincts, but also, for example, the sun. Intuitively, when you're studying the cards, and you're trying to, before you look and to see what other interpretations are, when you're trying to work out your own interpretations, what do you know about the sun? What do you think about the sun? The sun is warm. The sun shines down. What kind of songs talk about the sun? Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful. Guess I'm not feeling like singing, or I've got a pocket full of sunshine. Mostly I'm walking on sunshine. You got sunflowers. You've got this naked baby, which is a little like, some people think it's cute, some people think it's creepy. However you feel about it may affect how you feel about the card. And it's even okay if you don't like a card. You don't have to like all the cards to be able to get messages from them. Let's say you look at this horse and right away you see this ear and it looks like